Sean Anderson here, Beer Ramble back, looking at Alai India Pale Ale, 7.5% alcohol by volume, ABV that is. Gets a renowned score of 94 on Beer Advocate, 100 world class by the Alston Brothers or the Bros. Rate Beer gives it a 99 out of for the overall and 99 for the style. As you can see, let's look at the IPA. See the top head, nice frothy, very quite lovely. You look at the color of the beer, very orangey, very amber color. It smells really good. Really good flavor. Great smell, see. The Merry Game. Jolly is based after a game that's very popular in Spain. The way they described it to me looks like probably croquet or cricket or croquet to me, but you know, whatever. Definitely smell a lot of those, a lot of citrus in the IPA. Definitely a lot of very strong hop characters to this. Simicone hops definitely is in this. Oh yeah, this is quite good. It smells even great even before I poured it, man. It really that pungent came out um, of this beer. See, nothing really says much about this unless on the side, but mm, very hoppy, sort of also like some pine. This is a very strong, strong brew. So on to the taste. Hmm, this is good. It's really good, folks. Mm. On this nice, lovely afternoon here, very. It's a little sweetness to this IPA, and while the others I had a little bitter finish. Um, this is quite tasty. The brewery started in 2009, Cigar City in Tampa, Florida, by two guys, now the owners, and Ali or Alai, for however you want to pronounce it, is their signature beer. They have a couple others, the brown ale as well, Maduro brown ale, and those two make up a good portion of the sales of the company. I think 50% or so. Um, Distribution. Um, you, I'll get to the distribution part, but Florida, you would never think that they would have such a good, um, a long history of brewery, but they do, going back as long as many of the states up in the Northeast and even those out west. So, brewing has been going on for centuries in this country, and now we're seeing a huge boom in beer styles, not just from home brewery, but also I think home brew really kind of allowed it to kind of made it possible. Because back in the days, if you can go back to the 50s or so, 40s and 50s, even the 30s, there were quite a few breweries, but many were not putting out. Many of the beers were kind of similar to this, or maybe same in style, but distribution was sort of a big issue. And of course, there were a lot of I say sort of prehistoric, very odd laws that you couldn't brew a beer with a certain percentage of alcohol in it. So times have changed now, and if you look, home brewery, which really started back in the '70s, really kind of made it possible for a lot of these guys and gals to kind of expand and be creative. And now what we're seeing now is a sort of huge boom. Um, Folks are wanting to achieve that goal of becoming, breweries and opening up a brewery. And Cigar City is one of many um, that we've um, that have made it possible. But um, let's see what I have to say. I know that recently, back just this year, well, let's go before we get to the distribution and other stuff I was going to mention. Um, Cigar City was thinking about maybe opening up a second location, and they had looked to a couple places in the southeast, and one of those cities was here in Mobile. And for whatever the reason, it just didn't happen. And I guess through the city, through the state, um, and they just chose not to do that. And so now it is what it is. So it would have been nice to have another brewery here, or Mobile, or other places within Alabama, somewhere within out by the industrial area, just to open up another brewery. But whatever, didn't happen. So um, as of now, their 2000s, early back in March of this year, they decided to get into an agreement with a private equity firm to buy a stake in the company. That same equity firm in Boston also has a stake in Oscar Blues, which is based in North Carolina, and another brewery somewhere. But distribution of this beer is only in 6 states right now: New York State, Pennsylvania. Not surprised about New York State. We have a lot of transplanters who from New York who live in Florida. Of course, the home base in Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. So I've seen this beer quite a bit, and I've even seen this on draft. This is my first time having this IPA, and I'm really enjoying this. So it's at Whole Foods. The can, it was about $1.99 for a can. Maybe high to some people, but as I mentioned on some of my other videos, uh, that it's good that these companies now are doing this, are to allow the people to sample and try the beers, and before they plunk down all that money for a 6 pack or a 12 or 18, 24, 30 pack, whatever. I wish that it would have been the same for Rockdale Light at Walmart, and I would not have paid that price. I mean, it was a okay price for a light beer, but whatever. That you get the singles, and you just kind of say, hey, maybe it is worth it to plug down these, plug down the 10.99, which is basically what this beer tends to run for price wise, is 11, 12 bucks. It's about between 10 and 11 bucks for this. If it depends on wherever you go in the city, and wherever you go in the country, it's a very um, you know do however you find it, this brand, the Jolly. I'm liking this. The texture, like I said, it's a little bit of sweetness to it. Very enjoyable. It's I mean, there's nothing negative about this beer. I mean, this is really deserves that score. Um, I'm gonna go 9 for this one. I think it's just a solid 8 for me. Um, Enjoyable, decent. Um, just nothing negative about this beer at all. Um, Solid 8 for me, and 9. So if you've had this, think it deserves a 9 or even a higher score, go ahead, mark it. Let me know what your thoughts are. And I said a 9 score for me. Joining us in Pierre, the Beer Ramble. And keep on watching. As always, cheers.